Welcome to another game of Space Marines 5. We're joined by Kodama playing heavy weapons. He's the one with the GoPro right now. So Kodama, what's your mentality when you're starting off a heavy game right here?
So the first and foremost thing that I want to do in this game is just go upstairs and fight for third floor, because taking third floor is the name of the game early on.
Right, particularly for heavy. Taking out El Diablo. Oh, there goes Disco. So you just took over third straight off the bat.
Yeah, I got a lucky trade twice in a row against one of their scouts and then their heavy, and I think that this was a mistake going back to chamber in this situation. I think it would have been better to stay over at Funbox and keep them from coming upstairs, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. I got a missile out of it. I can't
missile under commander, but it looked like one of your other teammates ran over to take the fun box, so you do have control of third as a team right now. You know, as heavy, you're trying to control territory and be the main blocker against the enemy team. So we got a bunch of reds in the closet there, it looks like.
Yep. I think both of their scouts and their commander are trying to push in right now, and so I know that my job in the game is to keep their commander from scoring points while my commander gets points.
And that's rough for them. Commander goes downstairs. Another missile into Papa Tucker. Yep. That's brutal. He didn't look like Papa Tucker had much support over there in the closet. I'm wondering where the other reds are.
I'm gonna get one more. Yep. I think when we push them downstairs, they just kind of tried to regroup and keep themselves in the game as long as they can.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay. You're telling the resupplies you're good on doubles for the moment. Seems like you guys have control of the whole second floor and the top floor. So yeah, I think their team is just on the first floor. And another missile for you. That's good.
Yeah. Calling out to my team to let me get it off.
In Loveland, this is the perfect situation. Not only have you pushed them onto the first floor, your team is way ahead on resupplies. You have control of everything. And even if they try to come up, you're going to have eyes on them, all screaming top of their lungs. They're over here. They're not going to make any traction unless they have a very coordinated attack.
Yeah. I think, especially in comparison to the other videos that are out on the channel of like commander plays or scout plays, I think heavy definitely has to be the most vocal in this arena in particular.
Scout second floor. Scout second floor.
That makes sense.
Scout second floor.
And you're doing what I do a lot. If your resupplies are over on that side, like someone should be on the red side.
Yeah.
So you have eyes on everything.
Yeah. The big advantage in this game is to hold the upstairs as best you can, and if you spread out well, then it becomes so difficult for them to sneak upstairs. They pretty much can only get upstairs if they nuke.
So the medics are both really high on their lives right now. Autumn only lost 2. Applesauce has all 20. Papa Tucker's not at his first nuke quite yet. Dill's at a nuke and a half. So
yep.
The advantage is there for you. What do you think is Red's? What would Red have to do right now to win this game?
I think their saving grace here would be if they coordinate an attack into the upstairs with a nuke and they just send everyone into Funbox or into Chamber to try to push us out and then regain some ground. I think that could be their way back into the game, but the coordination would have to really be there.
Disco coming in. Heavy just took Funbox from you.
Yep. I popped out. I thought I had a trail, and in hindsight, I don't think the trail was long enough.
Right, he walked up just a little bit. There's the nuke. This is exactly what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
This team makes trails.
Yeah, so we're actually a little bit on the back foot here. We get pushed all of us back into chamber and have to get some resupplies in. I was trying to tell them not to give me, but they got a reflex shot off of one of the other people getting resupplied.
Thank you.
What was your thought there? You waited till the last second before you tagged him, but I think you could have popped out sooner.
I was actually off because of
oh, did they double you?
Accidental. Well, it was an accidental misfire resupply because there were so many of us crammed in that corner. It was hard to tell. And so the only thing we can do there is I know that he only has one.
Oh,
I
that's
know he only has
unfortunate.
one hit point.
Mhm.
And so better for me to do is just to call out when he's coming in so that my resupplies can shoot him.
It's fair enough.
Commander down! Scout down!
Yeah,
So
you're
there's the counter. There's the counter 2 chain from my commander. The nice thing about my team in this
Ouch.
game is that I wasn't sure if he had a trail here.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. He didn't complain, so I'm gonna assume he didn't have a trail. The nice thing about my team in this situation is that I can trust my commander Dill and my scouts to perform well even if I'm defending.
Right.
And so I just tried to hold ground 3rd floor, control the arena as best I can, and not worry too much about scoring points while my commander and my scouts go and do work.
We gotta close this game out.
And that is such an important concept in our arena. Like, I think when you and I played each other in the finals, when Level Day was eliminated,
Red cave.
we were canceling each other out for a lot of those games. We both
Yeah.
were like, we're taking our side of top, and I spent a lot of time just staring at you and you staring back at me, you know. It came down a lot to what our commander and scouts were doing and who's ended up with the advantage, who was getting more points.
Yep.
But here
I've
you are, just going
definitely-
on the offensive.
Yeah, so this was a situation where I know that my commander needs to get refilled a little bit so that he can go back out and get more points. And so to kind of keep the pressure from making its way onto us, I switch with him so that I can keep them at bay while he gets refilled, and then once I see him and he's fine and he comes down to attack again, then I can go back.
Yeah. That can be risky because a lot of people know that if the heavy's downstairs, sometimes they will throw the resupplies to the wind and just run upstairs to attack yours, so that both resupply are in critical danger.
Yeah, and so that's actually what happened here is that I got a call from one of my scouts saying that their 3 hits were upstairs, and so I knew that was my time to come up and make sure that my resupplies were okay. So
Ooh,
I
that was
get
a
a
good
good
hit.
shot. I get a good shot on the heavy, and then I get a reset on my ammo for another
okay.
shot. Just making sure they have no ground to stand on.
That red ramp is just brutal because if you're at the top and they're down, they have no way of fighting against you or recovering. Disco was forced back downstairs to the bottom floor. Dill is down there. He just hit the ammo. He's clearly right up. Oh, Autumn is at 3 lives now.
One at Green Bay.
Yeah. So we definitely once we kicked them downstairs and kept them there, we were able to put a lot more pressure on because it's harder to defend down there.
Yeah, and I give credit to the Loveland C, the red team, for sending up a couple counterattacks. The 3 hits did make it upstairs. They did put you in a corner. Applesauce is down to 14. It's harder to attack the top floor than it is to swarm attack the bottom floor.
Yeah. And this is definitely like this is how I think laser tag should be played. Like even though you know that your team is severely behind, your medic's dead, your heavy's only got 4 lives, if you're still putting in everything you've got into this fight, that's how it should be played. Because you never know. You never know when you could get like a lucky catch with one of your nukes and kill out 2 of their players. Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Applesauce takes a hit going down to bases. The red commander does have a nuke, and it would take some damage to get any of you critical enough to be taken out of the game, but
Right.
one part of it is also if this were a match and you were going to switch colors next game, you want to try to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Scout base.
So then the elim bonus doesn't happen.
Scout here, ready?
And part of that, I think, is continuing to fight and not making it known that, hey, we lost our medic, we're hiding from you now, you can start confidently sweeping for us.
Yeah, exactly. You wanna do your best to give whatever to cut your losses as best you can. And so if you know that you're likely not going to win the game itself, you want to give yourself as little of a disadvantage in the match as you can.
Yeah.
He's down. Should we?
The points are just falling in your lap this game, everywhere you're
Yeah.
walking, because they're scattered
He's in
everywhere.
chamber, or sorry, closet.
I was lucky enough to be in a position this game where I can be really mobile. You know, a lot of the times when you're playing, especially in this arena as a heavy, you kind of just have to stand your ground and be a sentinel and make sure that no one's going to hurt your resupplies. But when we have so much pressure, it's really easy for me to just go around and get good shots.
I got him.
Yeah, a forward momentum, you might say.
There's a part right here where my laser tag monkey brain kicks in and I hear the tone.
Don't shoot me.
Ooh.
It's after this because he's hiding in they haven't covered. They're in the
Oh,
process
they're
of covering up
literally
the hole.
covering it right now, and you
I
just
shot
get
him through the hole.
My bad.
I apologized right after because I realized that I did, but I just like when you hear the tone, you pull the trigger. I don't know what to tell
Oh,
you.
absolutely, yeah.
Still there?
He got the shot on me at the
Big box.
on the rebound, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this part's okay. I want to talk about what just happened because that was really funny.
Yeah.
So my scout Dinkelberg wanted to use me as a reset to shoot the commander down, but that doesn't work if you don't have shot. And so he tried to use me as a reset and didn't get all the hits into Papa Tucker because he didn't have enough shots for it.
Dinkelberg.
Dinkelberg.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. There's so many of those like weird lucky angles you can get from third floor to bottom floor.
Dinkelberg's doing very well this game with 7K score.
Yeah. He's putting in work.
Scout down. Shoot me.
Snowflake, Sleep for the Week, both above. Well, Sleep is almost at 5K. Really, it just seems like everyone was leaning forward and just going for the elim this game. Applesauce didn't end up going down. I wonder if she was just going out trying to get points or anything. Or if
Yeah,
there was any
she tends to get a little bit reckless when we're running, which is fine. I mean, if you know you're comfortable in the game and you've gotten people enough lives, then you can be a little bit reckless to try to boost your score.
Going towards center.
Sure, yeah.
Just
there's not really a chance it'll even
careful
hurt the
about it.
game at this point.
Ready
Yeah.
to go. Okay.
Yeah, and overall, I think one huge strength of your team is that people were highly competent at every position.
Yeah.
Everyone was a threat, and this game is showing that no one was bullied or taken advantage of by the red team.
Scout green
Yep.
base.
The other thing that's really important is that we as a team have a good understanding of like every position within individual players, and so I know what my commander needs in order to succeed, and so I'm going to behave in a way that makes it so that my commander can succeed really well. And then vice versa for the scouts and for my resupplies. Everybody's working together to try to make it so that the other team members can succeed at their role.
Absolutely. Well, I think that was a prime example of your team working at its peak performance. That was well done, and I thank you for joining me on this here game commentary.
You're very welcome.
If you'd like to check out more Space Marines 5 games, we have plenty more here on the channel. Check them out. Competitive laser tag is a real thing, and we love to promote it.